जय श्री माताजी. आपला उजवा हात हृदयाच्या तळावरती. परमपूजनीय श्री माताजी, आई, आपणच साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ती आत्मा. श्री माताजी, आजच्या सामूहिक ध्यानाकरिता आम्हाला परवानगी प्रदान करा. श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आपणच करता करिता आत्मा, आपणच आजचं ध्यान आमच्याकडून करून घ्या. श्री माताजी, हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना आहे. जय श्री माताजी. सामूहिक बंधन. तीन महामंत्र. गणेश मंत्र.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः.
जय श्री माताजी. संतुलनाकरिता आपला उजवा हात जमिनीवरती पालथा ठेवायचा आहे. आपलं संपूर्ण चित्त नाडीवरती. परमपूजनीय श्री माताजी आई, आपणच साक्षात श्री महाकाली आहात. श्री माताजी, आपणच श्री महाकालीच्या रूपात आमच्या सामूहिकतेच्या नाडीवरती विराजमान होण्याची कृपा करा. श्री माताजी, श्री माताजी, आमच्या एडनाडीवरील संपूर्ण चक्रावरील संपूर्ण प्रकारचे दोष बाधा, निगेटिव्हिटीज, अशुद्ध विचार, अशुद्ध इच्छा, भूतकाळातील बाधा या भूमितत्वामध्ये खेचून घेण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आमची एडानाडी शुद्ध व निर्मळ करा श्री माताजी. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना आहे. जय श्री माताजी. आपला उजवा हात मांडीवरती, डावा हात आकाशतत्वाकडे, संपूर्ण चित्त पिंगला नाडीवरती. परमपूजनीय श्री माताजी, आपण साक्षात श्री महासरस्वती आहात. श्री माताजी, आपणच आमच्या सामूहिकतेच्या पिंगला नाडीवरती श्री महासरस्वतीच्या रूपात विराजमान होण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आमच्या पिंगला नाडीवरील संपूर्ण चक्रावरील संपूर्ण प्रकारचे दोष बाधा, निगेटिव्हिटीज, शरीरातील अतिरिक्त उष्णता आकाश तत्वामध्ये खेचून घेण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आमची पिंगला नाडी शुद्ध व निर्मळ करा श्री माताजी. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र अशी प्रार्थना आहे. जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात जमिनीवरती पाडते ठेवायचे आहेत. आपलं संपूर्ण चित्त सुषुम्ना नाडीवरती. परमपूजनीय श्री माताजी, आपण साक्षात श्री महालक्ष्मी आत्मा. श्री माताजी, आपण साक्षात श्री महालक्ष्मीच्या रूपात आमच्या सामूहिकतेच्या सुषुम्ना नाडीवरती विराजमान होण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आमच्या मध्य नाडीवरील संपूर्ण चक्रावरील संपूर्ण प्रकारचे नेगेटिव्हिटीज, संपूर्ण प्रकारचे दोष बाधा, ध्यानातील अडथळे या पंचमहाभूतामध्ये खेचून घेण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आजच्या सामूहिक ध्यानाकरिता आम्हा सर्वांना संतुलन प्रदान करा श्री माताजी. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र अशी प्रार्थना आहे. जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात मांडीवरती, संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रचक्रावरती. श्री हनुमान मंत्र, तत्पश्चात श्री हनुमान चालीसा. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री हनुमान साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरिहु कलेस विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुवेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणियति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र जी के काज सवारे लाई संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ोई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिखपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख माही जलदि लांगी गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारी तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लय है तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरि सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारी पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारी भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहि जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। यह शत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होई सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महडीरा। कीजे नाथ हृदय महडीरा। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
आपलं चित्त सहस्ता चक्रावर ठेवून श्री माताजींची अमृतवाणी ग्रहण करायची.
One has to realize that modern times are the times of confusion. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want to ask. You don't know whatever you are doing is right or wrong. Confusion is necessary. Without confusion, we are not desperate. Without desperation, we do not seek. But confusion is only visible when a person reaches a certain area of awareness, or we can say a degree of awareness. Say at a stage when Moses came on this earth, when the desperation was different, that they wanted to get out of slavery, it was a different style of understanding they had. How to organize a society on a particular pattern so you achieve the maximum amount of efficiency out of that society. And it was an emergency. It was a very touch and go position for the Jews at that time. It has happened in many countries, in many generations, that they reached a state where they felt extremely desperate. The slavery of man was very apparent at that time. But before that, people didn't feel bad about the slavery. They had accepted it. They had taken it for granted. And then a time came when they felt this is slavery and we are not going to have any more of it. And a leader came. That leader worked it out for them. Today in these modern times, we have a very subtle type of slavery which is every day eating us, which is so self-destroying that we are not even aware of it and we get destroyed. This destruction is working in so many ways that if we do not really awaken ourselves to the truth, there's a possibility that nothing will be left out of this creation. There are people who give big lectures. I've met many big people from United Nations and from all these big agencies. They talk about the coming destruction, the future shock, and this is going to happen. They're big books, they discuss, they sit on the streets, they'll discuss, they are in a pub, they're discussing, they're in a party, they're discussing. But they do not realize what it means. This destruction is a kind of a destruction that has never taken before. Because this destruction is going to come from within and not from without. We have reached a certain depth in our awareness, and if we do not touch the source of our sustenance, this destruction is going to work out. Now for many people it is, oh, forget it, we'll see about it. Some people are of this opinion, all right, forget it, what destruction, all right, doesn't matter. We'll see it tomorrow. And some of them I've seen are sitting down waiting, oh God, thank God there's destruction, so this all is finished. We don't have to bother our heads. Thank God there is destruction promised. Whatever attitude one may take, one has to realize that these are very serious things. The creation has reached its maximum growth now. The growth is expressed as human beings. These human beings are the actors on the stage. Whole nature is working out this new happening. Now only one thing has to happen to you is that you have to get connected with the divine. You have to get connected with the whole. You have to know your own meaning and you have to know your purpose. If this can happen to you, then you are in the other world. You are made for this. You are made a human being with a purpose. We must think, all the scientists must ask once at least this question, why? Why are we made human beings? From animal stage, why have we come to this stage? What is the reason? This question is working in the unconscious of every seeker today. That's how we have so many seekers all over the world. And these seekers are just trying to find out why are we here. Some of them find an answer sometimes in some material well-being. Say our strikes nowadays, railways. But it's very narrow view of the whole thing. Very narrow view. You want to have more pay, all right, have it. Then what? Those who talk of communism, I've been to Moscow, I'm again going back. I mean, if you ask them, they said, oh, we haven't got joyous, yeah. I'm not against communism or against democracy. Both things are just jokes to me. You are neither communistic nor democratic. Only after realization you can become both simultaneously. Because you have no powers to be capitalistic or democratic, you have no power to vote. You don't know anything about yourself. What are you voting for? You can't see. Unless and until there is light, unless and until we can see, how are we going to vote for? For example, we vote a person for what? Oh, he's a very nice man, all right. What is nice about him? How do you know he's a nice man? How do you know he will not be a bad man? Can you say that today the one who looks like a nice, very nice person will not emit scorpions or snakes all around him? A person who apparently looks a beautiful personality may turn out to be a horrid person. There is no absolute way of judging anyone, so how are we to vote any? If you think that you know how to judge, then I think you have to still learn. Because till you make lots of mistakes, you will not admit that I don't know. That's the point. Once you reach that state of saying, I don't know, I say this is a nice man, but I can't say, I'm not sure about this person. That's the point where you reach, when you are unsure about it, that you want to know surely if something is really truthful and honest. Our sense of honesty and everything is so superficial. It's so superficial. For us, honesty means if you give me 5 pounds, I return 5 pounds to his done, finished, dishonest. Everything is so superficial. That's why we can never be satisfied even if you get 10% more pay or 20% more pay. You are not going to be happy. Take it from. Material things do not give us happiness. Never. But I do not say that we do not need material things. We need material things. But matter is something like a cup which has the nectar in it. If you are thirsty, you cannot take it from an empty cup, anything. It may be a cup of gold. What does it make difference to you? You must have something to quench your thirst. And that thirst, unless and until it is quenched, you are not going to be happy. And what is that thirst? Is this, that still you have not known yourself. It's a very unconscious thirst. It comes, you don't know what you are seeking. You don't know why you are unhappy. You don't know what you want. That is the unconscious which is working it out. But the time has come that you should know what you are and what is your glory, what is your greatness, what are your powers. They are all built within yourself. All these days when you grew up, in your evolutionary process. All these things were built within you as shown here. They are all there. Actually, I am just a catalyst, you can say. Just a candle which is enlightened. And this candle, when touches another candle which is ready, that gets enlightened. I mean, you may give it a big scientific name, this, that, a charged personality, this, that, I don't understand. It's very simple for me. We are all ready for it. I just touch you and you get enlightened and you get the light, and when you touch someone, that person also gets enlightened. Now you may say, Mother, how can that be so simple? I mean, so many people say that, Mother, you're too simple. How can that be? I just don't understand what should I have, 2 horns or something to make it complicated. Everything that is living is the simplest thing. That's the sign of living. Have you seen the flower? How simple it is to grow a flower. It just works. You just get some seeds, sow them, and you get the plants. How simple it is. Do we ever think how it works out? Looks very complicated if you start thinking about it. You will go mad if you start analyzing it. But it's so simple. In the same way, this happening is also a very, very simple thing. It is called Sahaja. Sahaja has 2 meanings. Sahaj means simple. Also it means the thing that is born with you. Sahaj is a simple thing because it is born with you. I mean, your nose is born with you. Alright, it's a simple thing. You don't have to do anything, press it or anyway, do anything to it to breathe. It's there. In the same way, this built-in process is within you. It's just there. To me, it is absolutely simple. And to you also, it will be simple as soon as you get it. So this argument about it being so simple, I just can't understand myself. Why should there be an argument? Supposing you can eat this way, why should you ask that how can it be so simple to eat this way? It's so simple because it is so vital. It is so important. All vital things are simple and easily available, like your own breathing. For that, if you have to do something special, then this breathing is not possible. How many people are going to survive? Now this simple thing, this simple method is the method of the all-pervading divine power, the Holy Ghost. This all-pervading divine power is the Shakti, the primordial power that works it out. Do we realize how this Shakti works otherwise? Are we ever watching a flower becoming a fruit? Who does that? Not one flower, but you must have seen millions and millions and billions of these flowers are turning into fruits. And who does that? We never think. We take it for granted. All living things are done by this divine power. Human beings cannot do anything that is living. What they can do is everything that is dead or deadening, like strikes is a deadening thing. What we can do is to make something, a table, a chair, if the tree is dead. We are doing nothing but dead work, and this deadening thing dominates us because we form habits. We form habits. With these habits, this matter sits on our head. And the spirit, which is the vibrant thing, which is the source, which is the controlling thing, becomes dormant. This dormant force, if somehow becomes enlightened, and our attention becomes enlightened, we become a different person. We become a yogi. We become a person who is united with God. For that, you don't have to wear funny dresses. It makes no difference what sort of dress you wear. It makes no difference how you comb your hair or what sort of food you eat. It's something so within. It has nothing to do with these outward things. all our ideas about even charities and about being kind to others and all these things are very superficial. When you become that, when you become compassion, when you become love, then you don't have to tell yourself at all, you don't have to argue with it. You just become. It just flows. The compassion flows. It acts. You don't have to argue it out. You don't have to tell yourself, I should be compassionate, I should be kind. You just become. I went to Italy and there were 3-4 people who got interested in Sahaja Yogis. But they said, we don't want to join Sahaja Yoga. I said, why? Because these people don't smoke. I said, I never told them not to smoke. Never asked them, did I? I never said don't smoke. They just asked them, do you smoke? Do you smoke, or you have given up smoking, or your mother has forced you not to smoke? They said nothing of the kind. We used to smoke packets of cigarettes. We used to drink. We were drug addicts. But something happened to us. We just gave up. We don't know how. So simple. Mother never told us. We just became like that. What is there to tell? I mean, once you have found it, once you have seen the light, you are not bothered. Supposing you see a rope here, you might be frightened. You might think it's a snake because there's no light, you can't see. You might be running helter-skelter, the whole house might be upside down. But once the light is there, so it's a rope, all right. So all the fears drop out because you have seen it. All the pressures drop out. All the hang-ups, they drop out. Whatever is abnormal drops out, and you become an absolutely a normal person. Absolutely a normal person. That's what it is that you have to become. But it is much, much more than that. This is not only that you get your physical fitness. Many people have been cured. They must have told you that cancer is cured. Yes, true, cancer is cured. Many diseases are cured. Mental cases are cured. If you have been to horrible gurus, you get cured. All these things happen. But that's not the end of it. This is just the redeeming part of it. The redeeming part is that you are redeemed of all these physical, mental, emotional problems. But the another part of it is that you yourself get the power. You become the prophets. The men of God will become prophets. That's what your great poet William Blake had said. The men of God will become prophets, and they will have power to make others prophet. This is the sign. He has given you the sign. You become prophets. That means you get the power to do all this yourself. Every individual can do it. Even small children can do it. Even a little Olympia can do it. When you become the prophet, you also know everything about it, what you are doing. How you have to do it, how to raise the Kundalini, how to cross all the different centers which are sick, how to keep it there. You become absolutely the master. Now the prophets were, we can say, like William Blake was a prophet, all right. He was a seer. He saw this future. He's mentioned everything that was going to happen to Sahaja Yoga, no doubt. I don't know how many are aware of it. Most of them thought he was a lunatic. They couldn't believe him. When he talked of all these things, that Jerusalem is going to be established in England's pasture land. Nobody could believe this, it must be mad. But time has come. Jerusalem is to be established. There's a special thing about England. And he saw that 100 years back, clearly the whole picture. But nobody understood him. He was a prophet. Nobody understood him what he said. Those who understood also had an academic sort of an interest in him. And some did feel that there may be some sort of a truth in what he has said and described. So you are more than a prophet in a way, that you are not interested in seeing the future, but you come in the present. What they describe, the future for them, which they did not enjoy, is your present. And that you become the master yourself. All these great prophets had a big problem. I had a discussion with an ambassador recently who is a very learned man from India. And he was telling me that the biggest problem was that with rationality, with explanations, how far can we go? Supposing you say there is all-pervading power. They said, how are we to believe? It's all cock and bull story. Prove it to us. By argument, of course, you cannot prove it. But for experiencing also, you cannot prove it. So they used to give up. Like Adi Shankaracharya, at a point he reached, he wrote about Viveka Chudamani and all these treatises, and then he gave up. And he started describing the mother. He said, I give up. That's all. And they said that he went soft in his head because he couldn't go ahead with his philosophies and started praising the mother. He said, what's wrong? The same thing happens with Bible, with Quran, with everything, that people think either you follow them with faith, with blind faith, do not question anything, just accept whatever they are saying, become fanatics, kill each other, die, then it's all right. Or else, you just give up, you become communists, no God. If you have to have your brains alive, then you better give up all these religions. You should say all nonsense. Christianity is hopeless because these churches, Islam is useless because of fanaticism, that is useless because of this and that is, Hinduism is another nonsense. Because at this level, it looks like that. At this point, it appears like that. It has no meaning. It's nonsensical. This blind faith, people can't accept. The scientists say, what is this blind faith? We went to moon. It's all just the same. What's there? We went to moon, we never saw God. What are you talking about God? How are we to believe there is God? But we have to now prove the existence of God. We have to prove the existence of this all-pervading power. We have to prove the existence of that spirit within you. It is to be proved. It is to be actualized. So arguments will stop. With arguments, one cannot achieve it. With blind faith, one cannot achieve it. Rationality cannot take it there, or this emotional adherence will not take you there. Its actualization is the happening that really makes you that. The reality that is actually expressing within your central nervous system. That is the one is going to convince. But it is not for conviction. For example, if you are not convinced, the divine is not interested. Like these people were saying, whether by putting up posters that these people know about you, that you are there. I said, that's all. That's all. You have told them, you have passed the message. Now, if they come, well and good. That's our job, is to inform. If they come, if they get realization, well and good. If they establish themselves, even better. We'll work hard for that. But we cannot force it. We cannot force it. We cannot have any artificial ways of impressing you. Like we cannot carry a circus about it. You have to have a sensitivity of your own to understand the importance, and your own pure intelligence must tell you that this is the thing. Otherwise, we cannot fall at your feet and say, oh, please. We cannot implore. Neither can we cross your freedom that is given to you. It's in your own freedom and in its own glory that you have to ascend. Because you are epitome, you are the epitome of this creation. Nobody can force you to do. If you want to go to hell, all right, take 2 running jumps and you can go down. If you want to go to heaven, that's also possible. So the time we are here, we do not realize how precarious they are, how vital, and the most important times for which we have been waiting. The most important moment in the life of creation is today, when people are seeking and Sahaja Yoga is manifested on a mass scale. This is such a fortunate thing that you are seekers of ages gathered here, and that Sahaja Yoga has come to you as a blessing of the divine, because divine itself is anxious to manifest it. But people who come to me are of different levels. Some are mediocres, some are absolutely base. Those who are absolutely base will say, Mother, what about my job? I have applied for it. Or maybe something little better. Or some people can say, Mother, I'm not well, this, that. All right, that also can be done. But those who are of a very high quality, whatever may be their problems, whatever they have done so-called sins, is all forgiven completely. Believe, not to feel guilty at all. In Sahaja Yoga, the first mantra one has to say, Mother, I am not guilty, 3 times at least. So one has to understand that you are ready for it, you are glorified for it, and you have to get it. You don't have to say, what have I done? I have had so many mistakes on my account. Nothing of the kind. I am here like a banker. I have to cash your checks and you will get it. No doubt. You don't know how much money you have in the bank, do you? I know it. So you don't judge yourself. You leave it to me to judge. It's my judgment. And then when it happens, if you have pure intelligence, you will understand this is what it is. And you have to settle down with it. Of course, you can't pay for it. I mean, it's all absurd ideas. We can pay for it, how long we have to say it. There should be an organization. We have no organization, you know it very well. We cannot organize God. We cannot organize these things. We don't even have membership, nothing of the kind. Of course, we keep your list, because if we have any programs, we inform you. That's a different thing. Moreover, in Sahaja Yoga, everybody is not exposed to the complete thing. और हर कदम हर जगह आपके साथ हम खड़े हैं। हर जगह, कहीं पर भी आप हो, कहीं पर भी रहो, हर जगह हम आपके साथ हैं, काया मन वाचा पूर्णतया। ये हमारा प्रॉमिस है। मैं एक पल भी आपसे दूर नहीं। जब भी आप मुझे सिर्फ आंख बंद करके याद कर लें, उसी वक्त मैं पूर्ण शक्ति लेकर के शंख चक्र गदा पद्म गरुड़ लई सिधारे। एक क्षण भी विलंब नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन आपको मेरा होना पड़ेगा। ये जरूरी है। अगर आप मेरे हैं तो एक क्षण भी मुझे नहीं लगेगा, मैं आपके पास आ जाऊं। सबको परमात्मा सुखी रखे और सुबुद्धि दे। सन्मति से रहो, सन्मति से रहो।
जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात हृदय स्तरावरती न्यायचे. परमपूजनीय श्री माताजी, आई, आजचं सामूहिक ध्यान आपणच आमच्याकडून करून घेतले त्याबद्दल धन्यवाद श्री माताजी. श्री माताजी, आजचं सकाळचं ध्यान करत असताना जाणते अजाणतेपणे काय चुकी झाली असेल तर आम्हाला अजान बालक समजून क्षमा करा श्री माताजी, क्षमा करा. श्री माताजी, आजचे दिवसभराचे संपूर्ण कार्य आपणच आमच्याकडून करून घेण्याची कृपा करा श्री माताजी. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र अशी प्रार्थना आहे. कलेक्टिव्ह बंधना. जय श्री माताजी. थँक यू श्री माताजी.
एक तारी रंगली, एक तारी रंगली, दोन आसुम्या वाहिले, माताजींच्या पावली लाभले हो माय बाप. माताजींच्या पावली, माताजींच्या पावली, माताजींच्या पावली लाभले हो माय बाप. माताजींच्या पावली देह झाला चैतन्याचा, लाभताही माऊली देह झाला चैतन्याचा, लाभताही माऊली. बंधने सुटली भवाची, बंधने सुटली भवाची, धुंद आता झाला. आज माझ्या माऊलीचे रूप म्या पाहिले. माझ्या माऊलीचे रूप म्या पाहिले.
आज माझ्या माऊलीचे रूप म्या पाहिले.
गोजिरी ती मूर्ती माझ्या लोचनी सामावली. गोजिरी ती मूर्ती माझ्या लोचनी सामावली. लोचनी सामावली, लोचनी सामावली. गोजिरी ती मूर्ती माझ्या लोचनी सामावली. पापण्या मिटुनीच डोळे माऊली म्या देखिली. पापण्या मिटुनीच डोळे माऊली